Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got who's up top of me right here? We got VO the Face.
I think it's your boy VO the Face. We here, man. Beer Bros. Cheers.
Gerhard, let me see a glass. Let me see a beer. We got beer, brother. This is your weekly bad decision.
Every week make a bad decision with
every
us.
week. But we got to chop it up into some football really quick, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to start off really quick. I'm going to touch on a couple of teams here. I got the Bears game for my first game of the recap, week 2. Gerhardt's probably following the Bears a little bit. They're in his division. Bills absolutely dominated that game. I know it's still preseason, but we got to see Andy Dalton and we got to see Justin Fields. And that was shellacking, and neither of them looked good. The Bears defense didn't look good. I know it's just preseason, but I saw nothing out of that squad. Bills, on the other hand, look like the Bills.
Yeah.
Gerhard, I want to kind of hear a little bit, like, where do you think the Bears are going to stack up this year? Like, I got them at, like, 3rd in the division.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the podcast, because I thought, you guys wanted Vic Fangio. He couldn't be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're here for us. You're thick Fangio.
All right, watch it.
Just kidding.
Absolutely. I think the Bears, they're a tough team to gauge this year. I think their defense is going to continue to be really good. It's going to put their offense in situations to succeed, but I don't know if the offense will take advantage of it. I think if you go with Fields, you're going to get a lot of mistakes. Yeah. You're going to get some growing pains, and you're going to see some bright spots because I like the kid. Dalton, you're going to get some of the same old you've probably seen, which not too far off from that. So you might as well go with Fields. Right. But if we're talking record, I think 7 wins is my realistic bet for the Bears, and I think it's going to be tough for them. But Their defense is going to give them a chance to win 11.
Yeah, no, I definitely like that take. I think they'll definitely still be in the mix. But that well, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the take I got on that is: has anybody seen my boy Justin Fields' helmet? Oh my God, did he get his whole head knocked off in that game? Oh Lord. I told my niece I don't like it when I get my hat knocked off at parties. Now every time I see her, she tries to like knock my hat off. So I like purposefully like didn't wear a hat this last time. And I don't know if that'll work for Justin Fields, but I know I felt his pain before, because when my niece hits my hat and knocks it off, I know I felt just like Justin Fields did when that Bills player came in blindside and knocked his whole fucking hat off. I couldn't even believe what I just seen, man. It was incredible. That was a crazy game. Go ahead. Keep us going.
But yeah, so that being said, I mean, Matt, VO the Face, when it comes down to the Bills, man, I know we keep saying preseason, but we saw a lot of dominant play from special teams, offense, and defense. We know what division they're in. How do you think they stack up in that AFC East this year? Do you think they got the right steps to stay at number 1?
I think they're going to have their work cut out for them. I hate to change the game on you, but to go to the Thursday night game, the first game we've seen of week 2, that was the Patriots besting the Eagles 35-0. And Cam Newton was out there looking crazy. Now he's in COVID protocol looking crazy.
And that's kind of why I asked the question. You think the Patriots?
To answer the question, I think it might be the Patriots, but it might not be because of Cam Newton this year. It might be because that boy Macaroni and Cheese is just going to take his job. We got Macaroni and Cheese out there, and I think he's about to smother the whole field with pork chops all day. I think he'll go out there short passing them to death, super accurate, deadly with the ball, definitely showing a lot of consistency. The Broncos have been faulted recently for not drafting Justin Field, who's still looking for his hat. But I think they might start getting faulted for not drafting this boy Mac Jones, man. Macaroni and cheese all day.
Yeah. So you like the young gun in that division then?
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Baked
Cool.
macaroni and cheese.
All right. Cool. All right. So now another game here is going to be that Steelers game, man. Deontay Johnson kind of went balls out. He made a couple of really good plays. Matt, as far as your fantasy team's concerned, what do you think about do you roster Deontay Johnson? When do you take him?
Man, he's so risky. I just haven't ever messed with him. Maybe I'll be the dude that's like late on him, and maybe he'll just be one of those generational guys that I kind of just skip because I had Mike Wallace, I had Antonio Brown, I had Emmanuel Sanders, I had Juju Smith-Schuster. And now I think I'm just going to skip over him. I think the Steelers receiver to own is Chase Claypool, and that's just my opinion. And I'm probably alone in that, and that's fine with me because I'm alone in a lot of areas. But I'm definitely going to Chase on this one.
Gotcha. All right. Well, and now I kind of want to keep going on, we talked about a young gun. So Gerhardt made a comment earlier, which may or may not be on camera, but he was saying you're a Trey Lance guy. Are you drafting Trey Lance, or is that a guy you're going to pick up in free agency? Like, you going to take the chance on him, or what you going to do there, G?
Yeah, I think it depends on how deep your league is. I'm taking Trey Lance really late in the league as a high upside guy because
could be a keeper for the next year.
Not looking like Jimmy Garoppolo's team. He's not playing for it here in preseason. Trey Lance isn't necessarily balling out. He's putting up some very mediocre stat lines, but he's putting up high upside. And if you're looking into the future of that team, you're going to start looking into it quicker and sooner than later versus waiting around on Garoppolo. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
But that's just a hot take.
I agree, actually, man. From what I saw, I watched that game. I was out to eat with my wife and my brother-in-law, and I was watching, over my shoulder the whole time, Niners, Chargers. And from what I saw, Jimmy G, abysmal, 3 of 6, a pick, 3 of 6 for 15 yards, a pick. Just no swagger, no nothing. Trey Lance comes out there, and you can tell he's playing for it, man. But that kind of leads me into probably our last segment of the night here is that NFC division. All right. That's one of the most interesting divisions in my eyes.
Super competitive.
Outside of the AFC West, that's the best division in football. Minus the Raiders, they're trash. Actually, pretty much minus anybody the Broncos. But
they're ass.
But I want to know from each of you, and Matt, I'm going to let you kick that off. If you were a betting man, who's coming out on top in that division?
See, I'm just wondering because it's pretty much what you're saying is like Tom Brady versus the field. And I'm just where I land on that, man, Tom Brady is more accurate than a Steph Curry 3-point shot. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would take Tom Brady against the field in this case. Obviously, the field of competitors is going to be the winners of these divisions, which could be the Rams, Seattle, it could be Philly, it could be Washington football team, it could be Dallas Cowboys, it could be the Packers or the Vikings. But specifically, if I had to tell you the NFC breakdown is Tom versus the field, and I'll take Tom in this, and maybe Gerhard could tell me why he would take the field against Tom. I already took Tom. So tell me why you would take the field in NFC. Like, who's his problems?
Well, it sucks because I would also take Tom. Honestly.
Fucking Tom Brady.
I mean, they did it already. They're positioned to do it again. I don't see why that's not the safest and the smartest pick. But the Seahawks are scary. I think anytime Russell Wilson's back there, it's scary.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's really good, and fantasy-wise, take him if you got a good spot on him. I wouldn't sleep on the Seahawks. I don't trust them as someone who would steal that position because I don't think they've improved vastly enough to do so.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong and not following them closely enough. I think the Saints step back. And even if the Vikings step forward, we were pretty far back already from last year. The Packers had an amazing season, but I still don't think they got drastically better. So I'm trying to help, but I'm with Tom.
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm not finding security in you and why I might not find help in you, so you don't want to give Packers their due credit. Like what I think could happen, the team that could, and I understand your reasoning. That'd be like me saying the Raiders are good. Like, and I would never say
I
that.
haven't seen it though.
I will never say that. But what I do want to say is I think the Packers will be the biggest challengers of the defending champions, and it's going to be the Packers, probably a rematch of the NFC Championship last year. And hopefully Tom Brady doesn't throw 3 second-half interceptions because those might work out differently. Great game between those two teams last year. One time they played twice. The other game wasn't that interesting. Packers back in there for Tom Brady's biggest challengers. Who do you think, Minnie, that could challenge Tom Brady in the NFC? Like, don't say Packers. Let's hear something. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're going to throw the Packers out, but this is why I was trying to get more in depth on that NFC West kind of division here. Like, you do have a Sean McVay who just played Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl a few years back. Let's say he is correct, and we all think he is. Matt Stafford was the best thing that's happened to Detroit since Barry Sanders. Yeah. And now he's gone. They traded him for Goff, clean swap with a couple of picks. I think that NFC West division, whoever comes out of there might be the biggest contender in the NFC up against Tom Brady. Whether it be Jimmy G or Trey Lance, which, by the end of the season is probably going to be Trey Lance. But I'm looking at Russell Wilson out there, what he does. And then obviously Russell Wilson 2.0, Kyler Murray, man. Like, those guys, I think, have a chance to ball out. And if they make it into the playoffs, watch out, dude. Like, they are no joke.
That's money. That's money, dude.
I'm sleeping on the Rams for sure. I mean, they have good defense.
Well, and a buddy of ours made a really good point. Actually, one of the best odds to win a Super Bowl.
That was me.
Well, okay, was it you? Yeah. Okay, so one of the best.
Well, at least on the take, but fool Vince did. We'll give Vincent flowers.
We will.
Vince told me.
He made a really good point. Like, if you take the Rams to win that division, which I can't remember the exact odds, but they're
plus 7,500 to win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
And it made.
Are they not the top handful of teams that could come out and do it?
No, man. As of right now, you got like the Seahawks above them. People even still have the Niners above them. Obviously, Tampa Bay's up there. They still have the Saints above them. I think that's a team to really watch out for, man.
Plus 7,500. That means if you bet $10 and the Rams win the Super Bowl, you win $750.
Yeah,
we've all made worse investments than that.
Oh yeah,
that's the plug right there. The Rams recently and actually today just acquired the Sony Michel. Sorry, you see where I was going with that, and I appreciate that. Sony Michel is in the building now, and it's definitely going to be more of an uphill climb for them. So it's going to be dope, man. The NFC West is interesting.
It is, man. It is.
Definitely, man. Well, that's the recap of the week 2. And, we getting ready for fantasy drafts. I think I can say a cheers to that.
Cheers. And real quick, cheers. I just want to say, everybody, check out Beard Brothers. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys got, man. I appreciate you just got everybody watching. And Beard Brothers.
Man, we appreciate all y'all. And we're going to be your weekly bad decision. Beard Brothers, cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. There you go. Oh, there you go. Jump.